All right, friends, I literally got a request the other day, and I actually knew this would come. I kind of knew it would come. And someone asked me, said, Buckin, we know you got the long bars. We know you got the long bars, but what would you do if you only had a short bar? Like, how would you cut up a log? And I'm like, well, that's actually a good question, because there's a couple different ways to do it. And you see guys doing it all the time where they go over the log. Friends, you'll hear me talk about stay on your buck. Do you know what I mean by staying on your buck? So let's talk about this. I'll show you what I would do if I was stuck somewhere with a short bar and a big log. There's a couple different ways you can do this. You always wanna work on the upper side, friends. Stay on the upper side. Finish your bucks on the top side of the hill. Watch what I do. I'm gonna give you a couple options on how to cut a big log with an 18 or a 20-inch bar. Okay, I'm just gonna show you because I was asked. Okay, friends, so here's the deal. You come up on a log. It's way bigger than your bar, right? Bigger than your bar. And I will. But, I mean, you can see right here. So you can do this, friends, but the important part is, the important part of this is to stay on your buck, or you're gonna double buck. Do you know what I mean by that? You're actually gonna double buck yourself. So you can go over top like this. I'll show you a couple different ways to do this. Okay, listen, I'm gonna stop right here. This is where, if you decide to go with this method, this is where when I talk about stay on your buck. Now that means the bar, stay on your line that you've already bucked. If you come way up like this now and start going like this, you're going to inevitably double buck. You just are, friends. You're gonna double buck. So if you're gonna pick this style, stay on your buck. That's the terminology I use. Stay on your buck.
Friends, these educational type of videos or helping type videos, when I repeat myself about stay on the buck, it's because I mean it. And there's a reason why you do this.
That's one way to do it. Now. Here's another way. down there first is because of this. It's the low side. So you may as well finish on the high side, because if something starts to roll, you understand? So always, but this staying on your buck is super, super important. I'll show you a bigger one here in a minute. Stay on your buck. The only part about this style of bucking is you can actually get kickback on the inside, because you're bucking like this, and then now you still can get a kickback on the inside of the log. It may not go anywhere, but because you're sunk in the log, but you can still get it. You're kind of bore cutting here, whereas the other, you're not bore cutting. But it's so important if you choose to do this style is stay on your buck. Don't go like this. Don't go like this and then up like this and like this and like this. Go like this, and once you've eaten up half the log, like I'm saying, bring up, stay on your buck. Stay on your buck is what I mean. You're less chance of double cutting. Do you understand? Does that make sense? So does that make sense, friends, about staying on your buck? I prefer the over method. But where guys screw up is they go over and then they end up double bucking. You know what I mean? They end up double bucking, and right? And it doesn't come up good. So there we go. So if you want to go see how we do it over here, we'll go do a great big one. Let's go do one. Right? So there it is. That was a big log. Okay, super big log. Now, if you want to see how it's done on something like this, well, this is massive. But I will show you if you're interested. I'll show you. That's large. Okay. If you've got a small saw, how are you gonna buck this great big stinking thing? Well, I'll show you what I would do. Okay? I'll show you what I would do. There is a method to this. You don't want to be double bucking all over the place because you'll think you're bucked and you're not bucked. And I'm going to show you how that I would go about this if I wanted to keep a clean buck. I'll probably need wedges here because this thing's hammered up against the ground. Okay? Let's do it. I may run out of gas too. There you go. It's twice as big as the. So it's smart to go down to the bottom. Let's be honest, it is. It's smart to go down to the bottom. But they want some walking stones here. So I'm just gonna show this. This was a request, and I'll show you what I would do. You want to stay. If you don't have a proper chain, if your chain's hooped, if you don't got a good chain, don't even start this. Don't even start this project. Okay? It's a fairly straight cut here. I'm gonna show you what I would do if I was gonna cut a round off of this. I'll show you what I would do. So this is what we would have to do now. Is at the bottom, and I'm not cutting into the dirt because I'm just not doing it. And it's the flare, right? So what we'll do is we'll buck that. There's a little piece of air right there. So this is a plan in itself. A guy's got to make a plan in itself. I hope that made sense, friends. The most important part of that little exercise is to stay on the buck. We've got the amount of rungs we want. We got 6 or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6. All by eye, but we're pressed up and compressed against here so badly. And cedar's so forgiving in the buck. Well, you can see what's happening. I'm hammered there, so I'm compressed there and tensioned there. But I'm not about to go scratching around down in there, okay? We'll see. Oh yeah. You can see how rotten it is in there, eh, friends? It's kind of rotten, actually.
Thank you. That was fun. Friends, I like these premiere videos. It helps kind of the process along, doesn't it, friends? Leave us comments in the actual comment section of this video, too. I know we're in the live right now. Smack me a couple more on the live. But leave comments in the bottom. Let me know how you enjoy these. I like these. It's almost like a live feed, friends, isn't it? Anyways, so much on the go. Glad you're here. Thank you for watching. Oh, who's that? Looks like Bellhopper's live right now. Could you imagine that? It's Bellhopper live on Saturday. That's crazy timing. Go see the Bellhopper. Over and out, friends. Love yous. Work hard, be honest, and be kind. See you on the next one.